All right, I'm going to get a little bit sciencey with you here, but I know I talk about the brain a lot, and I love the brain. I love neuroscience, and it's so interesting how the brain is impacted by stress and the things in the world, society, and food, and behavior is impacted by all of that. But today I want to just go into a tiny bit about the nervous system, the autonomic nervous system, kind of known as the automatic nervous system because it's involuntary. These things just happen. So you've basically got this, what we call a window of tolerance. So up here, you've got your sympathetic side of your nervous system. Down here, you've got your parasympathetic side. And in between those two areas is this like optimal zone. We call it like your window of tolerance. How much you can tolerate before you sink down into the parasympathetic or jump up into the sympathetic. But today, I'm just going to focus on the sympathetic side because that's more of those kiddos, those behaviors that we see where they're kind of tense and defensive and anger and rage and acting out and tantrums. Those are kids that are spending a lot of time in their sympathetic side. So what happens is their sympathetic side grows and grows and grows and grows and grows because they keep going into that side, and therefore their window of tolerance, which was like this, is now shrinking and shrinking and shrinking and shrinking because this just keeps coming down. All of this is important to know because when you keep going into your sympathetic side, it becomes like a muscle that is overly worked. And because of that, it becomes stronger and it gets bigger and it takes over your window of tolerance, which shrinks it, which means that your window of tolerance and your ability to tolerate more is really small, and you're just more likely to go into those phases and states of anger and rage and tension and defensiveness. So, sounds kind of complex. It's not that complex. I really break it down for you, the sides. And I just put a blog post up about the sympathetic side, and next week will be the parasympathetic side. I talk a little bit about what it is. Most importantly, I talk about how to grow or like expand that window of tolerance and shrink the sympathetic or the parasympathetic side so that people, kids, everyone can tolerate more. And they're really quick and easy fixes. So I'm going to link it below. Check it out. Let me know what you think. And if you've heard of this before and what you're doing to expand out your window of tolerance.